How to get a loan for a dump truck in just 3 minutes. Get cash now. Call 888-653-0124 today or click the link in the description to learn more. When you need cash fast, what do? Most people turn to their bank, credit card company, or even friends. However, there is another option available to you. There are many reasons someone would need a loan for a dump truck. Maybe they just bought a new dump truck, or maybe they are in the middle of a project and need some extra cash. Whatever the reason may be, getting a loan for a dump trailer is easy and quick. If you need a loan for a trailer, you don't have to wait weeks or months to get approved. Instead, you can apply for a loan within minutes and get cash now. Exactly what is dump truck financing? Dump trucks are large vehicles used to haul waste from construction sites, landfills, and industrial facilities. They're often rented by businesses who want to remove trash from a job site quickly and efficiently. Dump truck lenders will lend you money to purchase a dump truck, then lease it back to you for a monthly fee. You can use the truck to transport garbage, debris, dirt, sand, gravel, cement, wood chips, concrete, etc., depending on the size of the truck. These loans usually come with a fixed-rate payment plan, meaning your monthly payment won't change over time. The first thing you should know about financing a dump truck is that it's not cheap. Typically, you'll need at least $30,000 to buy one. This amount includes the cost of purchasing a dump truck, paying for the vehicle insurance, taxes, registration fees, repairs, maintenance, fuel costs, and more. That's why most companies offer financing options to help you make the purchase affordable. Dump truck financing is available from several sources. The most common way to finance a dumpster is through a lease agreement. Leases usually last from 1 month to 5 years, depending on the size of the dumpster and the time needed by the business. Most leases include a security deposit, which is returned at the end of the lease term if the dumpster isn't damaged. The types of dump trucks you can finance vary based on the size of the vehicle. Larger dumpsters typically require larger loans because they take up more space than smaller ones. A dump truck financing program can also finance other equipment like skid steer loaders, bobcats, forklifts, and other heavy machinery. The fundamental difference between this type of financing and leasing a dump truck is that you own the equipment outright once you receive the loan. Lending options for dump truck financing. The first thing you should know about dump truck financing is that it's not available everywhere. Most lenders will only lend money to businesses within a certain distance from them. This means if you're planning on buying a new dump truck, you won't be able to borrow money unless you live near a bank or lending institution. Standard dump trucks cost around $50,000. However, there are several models that range in price from $25,000 to $100,000. Some models even cost upwards of $150,000. Depending on what features you want, you might find a model that fits your budget perfectly. Most dump truck lenders offer 2 main types of financing: traditional loans and factoring programs. Both work similarly, but with slight differences. Traditional loans require borrowers to put down a 20% down payment, while factoring requires no down payment. Factoring allows you to spread out the payments over a longer period, making it easier to afford. Factoring is also known as accounts receivable financing, asset-based financing, and invoice discounting. It works when a business has invoices coming in, yet doesn't have cash to cover all of them. Instead of waiting until bills come due, the lender advances the money against the value of the outstanding invoices. When the invoices are paid, the business receives its money plus interest. Factoring is perfect for small businesses that don't have access to capital markets. Businesses that are considered high risk may not qualify for traditional loans. Factoring is also ideal for those who sell their products to customers that often go months without paying. Criteria for eligibility. The amount of money you borrow will depend on several factors including your income, assets, debts, and credit history. Your lender may require proof of employment or other documents to verify your ability to repay the loan. In addition, lenders may conduct a background check to ensure you're not currently bankrupt or under investigation by law enforcement. Dump truck loan programs usually require applicants to have at least 3 years of solid track record in the industry. They may also ask you to submit tax returns, profit statements, sales figures, and other financial information. You may be asked to show that your business has been profitable in the past. Some lenders may require you to list every source of revenue you use to generate profits. These include rent, utilities, insurance, fuel costs, labor, and supplies. You must also show that you can support yourself financially during the time you're repaying the loan. If you're self-employed, you may be required to prove that you have sufficient collateral to secure the loan. Collateral includes items like real estate, vehicles, equipment, inventory, and accounts receivable. Lenders typically require at least 10% equity in order to finance your purchase. You need to make sure that you meet all criteria established by your lender. Otherwise, you may face penalties, higher interest rates, or even denial of the loan altogether. Factors that affect interest rates. Interest rates are one of the most important parts of any loan agreement. The rate depends on multiple variables, including the length of the term, the size of the loan, and the borrower's creditworthiness. Lenders usually charge variable interest rates or fixed rates depending on the creditworthiness during the dump truck financing process. Fixed rates are lower than variable rates because they only change after the loan is issued. Variable rates fluctuate based on market conditions. Loan terms vary from lender to lender. Some companies extend short-term loans for up to 6 months, while others offer long-term loans for as much as 5 years. Most firms allow you to choose between a single payment option or an installment plan. Single payment plans involve monthly payments throughout the life of the loan. Installment plans let you spread out your payments over several months or years. Most lenders require borrowers to put up a security when taking out a loan. This helps protect them against defaulting on the loan. It could include cash, property, or inventory. You may also need to provide additional collateral if you want to take out a larger loan. Getting a loan for a dump truck for your dump truck business requires careful planning. How to qualify for dump truck financing. The first step towards getting financing is to determine what kind of loan you want. There are several types of loans available, including secured, where you pledge collateral, unsecured, no collateral required, and revolving, credit card style. Most companies will require a minimum credit score of 620, but some may accept lower scores if they believe you can manage the monthly payment. Dump truck financing companies often require income verification through bank statements, tax returns, profit statements, or W-2s. You may also need proof of assets, such as stock certificates, deeds, title documents, or letters of guarantee. Business owners who own their own dump trucks are eligible for special financing options. Many companies offer low-interest loans to qualified individuals with ownership interests in their businesses. Ownership may include partial ownership of a vehicle, shares of stock, or a partnership interest. Dump truck insurance is another requirement of most companies. Companies offer different levels of coverage, from basic liability policies to comprehensive coverage. Some companies offer flexible repayment periods, allowing you to repay the loan. Others require immediate repayment. Repayments must be made every month or every other month. buying a dump truck with bad credit. The first thing you should do is contact your local bank and ask if they will lend you the money. Banks usually require collateral, a security deposit, to ensure that you will repay the loan. If you don't have anything of value to offer them, then you may not qualify for a loan. Dump truck financing terms typically range from 2 to 5 years. The length of the loan depends on factors like your credit history, the amount of money you borrow, and the type of loan you receive. If your credit isn't great and you're concerned about paying back the loan, then it's time to check into alternative ways of funding your business. Call 888-653-0124 today or click the link in the description to learn more.